Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Chelsea 2, Spurs 0. Chelsea do beat Tottenham Hotspur at Stamford Bridge. As per usual, outclassed, outplayed, demolished today. Could have easily been more than two. And look, it's a very frustrating one. It's very frustrating. I think our attacking threat today was poor. Was really poor. We had a couple good chances. One of them went in. I'll get to that VAR decision in a second, or that refereeing decision, I should say, because it didn't even go to VAR. But look, before I do get to that, today's performance, it simply wasn't good enough. It simply wasn't good enough. Two good goals from Chelsea, a good free kick. Hakim Ziyech's goal. Nothing we could really do about that. And I think at the end of the day, we were just completely outplayed, completely outclassed. And I think it once again goes to show, even though Chelsea were on bad form coming into this game, the difference between our two squads, the difference between the calibre and quality in the team, and how much of a miracle today shows that Antonio Conte is working to pick up these sorts of points. Their team, once again, showed today, is by far not good enough. Certain players such as, Davies and Winks have a couple of good games and we bigged them up. That's not them playing fantastic. That's, Antonio Conte working magic, to turn Winks into a really good player, to turn Davies into a decent enough player. These players have been at the club for years, under Pochettino, under Nuno, under Jose, and now under Conte. And they have never been good enough. They have never been good enough. And the quicker they go, the better it is. And I think today once again shows why Conte does need to be backed. Why we do need a couple of signings in the January transfer window. Badly. If we want to get top four, with Manchester United sure to, pick up a little bit of form in the next few days, with Wolves firing. And although they drew today, Arsenal getting back onto form, we do need some big signings in the January transfer window. So look, completely outplayed, outclassed. The difference in the two squads once again showed, and it's frustrating, a Chelsea team that came into this game, and we really had that belief as Spurs fans that we could do something finally at the Bridge. But it's just that it's that bloody place. It's Stamford Bridge. Every single time we go there, we just seem to get no luck. It's quite by Ricky Gervais in The Office, right? If we fell into a barrel of tits, we come out sucking our own thumb when it comes to Stamford Bridge and Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. It's like we've never had good form against them, never had good luck against them. And even when we were the better team in the 90s or whatever, they would still get one over on us. And they've done it again today. First half, I thought we were brilliant. I thought we were absolutely brilliant. I thought we defended fantastically. I thought Dyer and Sanchez at the back were defensive rocks, and they were throughout the games. There's nothing they could really do about those two goals. And look, Harry Kane as well. Why are VAR not looking at that? I almost guarantee if that's Manchester United, if that's Liverpool, if that's Chelsea, if that's a Chelsea decision, they are definitely going to take a look at it. Undoubtedly going to take a look at it. Yeah, it's Tottenham Hotspur. And I know opposition fans go, you have all this, there's an agenda against Spurs when there really isn't. I'm starting to think there is, with pathetic decisions this season going against us, but going for other teams. Edinson Cavani yesterday, yes, he is onside, but he's in the exact same position as Kane was against Southampton, yet one gets disallowed and, one counts. It's like there's no consistency with VAR. And VAR today wasn't the problem because they didn't even look at it. They didn't even look at it. If the referee didn't blow his whistle and call that as a foul, VAR wouldn't have looked at it anyway. They wouldn't have given a foul or anything. It's purely down to bad refereeing. He was at a bad angle for it. And the fact VAR didn't look at it baffles my mind. It really does. That's Man United. Any day of the week, they take a look at it. And it's like this Spurs agenda, man. Second half, Chelsea came out fit and firing. And look, it's stupid. There's only one way you're going to beat Chelsea, and that's properly go for them. And as good as your defence can be, there's no way sitting back against the quality they have up top, you're going to be able to keep a clean sheet. It's like everyone this season who has tried to sit back against Chelsea and steal a couple of points hasn't been able to done it. Hasn't been able to do it, or they've conceded a couple of goals. When the quality Chelsea have up top, right, the likes of Lukaku, Hakim Ziyech, these sorts of players who are playing really, really well at the minute, taking on the likes of Dyer, Sanchez, Davies, right? Unless you have the best defence in the world, or one of the best defence in the world, you're not going to keep those people at bay for long. And I think we needed to come out in the second half. Okay, good first half, make substitutions at half-time. Don't hang on, especially against this Chelsea team. Bring on Reguilon at half-time for Davies, because he's having a bad game. Or Sessegnon, right? You know, take off Doherty. He's been poor. And take off, take off Japhet Tanganga for more. And we did make those changes, but far too late. Far too late. It's like ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Why are we making these changes when we're 2-0 down? It's really wrong. It doesn't make sense. Now, you know, Conte said in his pre-match interview that Moura and that did have niggles, you know, Conte said in his pre-match interview that Moura did have a knock on whatever, and Giovanni Lo Celso did and whatever. But you know, amongst that injury news, why are we setting up with the likes of Sessegnon at left wing? It was never going to work. Never going to work. I'd rather have a half-fit Lucas Moura than a fully fit Sessegnon at left wing. It doesn't make sense to me. Bergwijn has one good game. People rave on about him like he's the next Diego Maradona. It's like, calm down. This guy can be good as an impact sub. But starting from the beginning, he doesn't show much. He wasn't even that bad today, but needs to take some of those chances. Harry Winks, you know, got loads of space. Needs to put that, you know, that ball in the back of the net in that first half. And it's like, we really could have picked up all 3 points today. But once again, we make bad mistakes against Chelsea. And the quality they have up top breaches our defence. And this is I really hope this is a wake-up call. ENIC, you have to back this man. It's like, we've bought in one of the best managers. And I saw something today. You've invested money in cryptocurrency. Stop looking to the future. Right? Stop looking to the future when it comes to football and money and everything. Look to the now. Look to the now, not to the future. Stop trying to sign all these players for the future and stadiums for the future and all this rubbish. Sort it out now, because the team is not good enough at the minute. And when you've got a manager like Antonio Conte, is he going to be here for 30 years? Is he going to be here for the future? No, he's not. And all this banging on about the future of the club. Let's see where we are in 30 years when he buried the thing in the stadium. We're going to lift that out in 30 years and see, oh, what, we've had another 30 years of no trophies. Why is that? Because ENIC didn't back the team. They didn't back every single manager. Jose, not back. Nuno, not back. You have to bring in 1 or 2 quality players. Quality players in the January transfer window. And what I'm not having is fans going, oh, Chelsea aren't bringing in players. Liverpool aren't bringing in players. It's because they don't need to. Right, they've got a good enough squad to last them till the end of the season. They've got a quality squad. They know that squad can work wonders. They don't need any reinforcements. Who did Liverpool need to sign? No one really. Who did Chelsea need to sign? No one really. Who did City need to sign? No one really. Who did Spurs need to sign? 3 or 4 good players. You look at a team like Villa. They're a team in this window that needed to bring in players. You see what happens when an owner backs a manager. They backed Steven Gerrard. He's got those players. And he's working wonders at the club. He's picking up good results against some top teams. That's what happens when you back your manager. And when you've got a manager as good as Antonio Conte is, who's picking up points where we shouldn't be picking up points, right? He's working wonders for this team. He's massively overachieving. You need to back him. You can't bring him in and expect him to, you know, continuously work magic. You need to do something about the situation. And I think you need to look at that whole thing and just assess the facts that today we weren't good enough. Our squad depth isn't good enough. You know, a couple of players get injured. We are absolutely stuffed. If we had Son in that team today and a fully fit Moura, I reckon we could have breached their defence. I really could. You know, with the high line they had and the opportunities Bergwijn had and the likes of Kane had, I reckon those 2 players would have put them away if they were fully fit, obviously. But look, it's a frustrating one. It is Chelsea, though. I'm not going to rant too much. We've lost to the European champions, although they were on bad form. We never seem to get results at the Bridge, and we're just very lucky. We've been let off by Arsenal, you know, getting a point at Burnley. We're on the same amount of points. We have to move on. We have to move on to Southampton in a couple of weeks. Let some players rest, as I say. Come back there at home. Start picking up results. Pick up results against Brighton. Get some confidence from that. But look, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And as always, come on you Spurs. ENIC out. In Conte, we trust.